Will you go along with what some Democrats are proposing to expand the court?
What I'm not going to do, and I hope you'll understand.
Are you willing to tell the American people tonight whether or not you will support either ending the filibuster or packing the court?
Whatever position I take in that, that'll become the issue.
If you're president, would you seek to increase the number of U.S. Supreme Court nominees?
You know, that's exactly what they want me to talk about. They'll know my opinion of court packing when the election is over. Now, look.
But this is the #1 thing that I've been asked about from viewers in the past couple of days.
Well, you've been asked by the viewers who are probably Republicans who don't want me continuing to talk about what they're doing to the court right now.
Well, sir, don't the voters deserve to know?
No, they don't.
Today in Michigan.
Senator Harris, should Democrats try to pack the court next year?
How about that question of expanding the court? Here's what you said exactly 1 year ago tonight at a Democratic debate. You said, I would not get into court packing. I would not pack the court. That's not what you're saying now. Is the nomination of Judge Barrett reason enough to rethink your position?
What is the nomination of what I wanted to do, George?
You have made it very clear you don't want to talk about packing the court until after Election Day. But what about for undecided voters who want to know your position on possibly expanding the court before they cast their ballot?
Well, look,
Are you and Joe Biden, if somehow you win this election, going to pack the Supreme Court to get your way?
I'm so glad we went through a little history lesson. Let's do that a little more.
I am not, and I know you're going to be upset with my answer, but what I'm not going to do is play the Trump game.
On court packing before they cast their vote. Why wait until after the election?
Only court packing is going on right now.
So let me ask you, do you support the idea of packing the court?
I'm not dodging the question.
But sir, wouldn't you say that your non-answer has become a bigger issue on the campaign
No,
trail?
only because you guys are fascinated with it, but no. I think it's a legitimate question to ask. It's a legitimate question, but let me tell you, I'm not going to answer that question.
If Judge Barrett is confirmed and the Democrats have control of the Senate next year and the White House and the House of Representatives, should the Supreme Court be expanded?
You know what, I think that, first of all, Joe's been very clear that
Neither you nor Joe Biden are willing to give a straight answer as to whether or not you're willing to entertain that idea, but it's not some fringe idea. Democrats in Washington are talking about it. Chuck Schumer, the Democratic leader in the Senate, has said that he's not taking anything off the table. Is that an idea that you're willing to think about?
we are 35 days away from an election.
Senator, you talked about the former vice president looking right into the camera, but his answer on court packing, adding more justices to the court, just sounds like a straight-up dodge. Why won't he talk about what he wants to do, what he thinks should happen?
Well, I think he's very clear, John.
And so my question is, why did you not answer that question, and are you willing to do that today?
Oh, I'm answering the question, which is the voters need to first decide who's the next president of the United States.
Back in May, you said you were open to talking about expanding the U.S. Supreme Court. Vice President Biden this morning says, hang on, we'll get to that. Why should voters have to wait until November 4th to find out how the Vice President and yourself feel about that? What you think about doing that?
Well, Joe Biden has been very clear, and I agree with him, which is that we have an election that's now 26 days away.
About expanding the court, have you guys decided on when you will announce whether or not you would?
Joe's been really clear, and I'm really clear that we're 22 days away from an election.
What is your position now that you have heard from the judge in the course of this hearing and that you have heard from Joe Biden tonight about court packing?
Well, as you know, Don, I sit on the Senate Judiciary.
Were you surprised to hear the former vice president say that he's going to have take a stance or give his position on this court packing before the people vote?
I think that Joe Biden has been consistent about saying that this is not the time right now